Right, I'm opening up a little mini teardown of this Babyliss for Men Japanese steel beard trimmer. It's the lithium battery option, so it should be much better for longevity on batteries. And they do say it's got this Japanese steel blades, which are supposed to have a better cut. But to be honest, I've not got on well with this one at all. It's just been really inconsistent. Battery life, yes, is fantastic, but it just the cutting it just doesn't work. There's all our information. So the only thing that's kind of good that comes out of it is the case, but it's going to be a standard kind of opening really. So we've got two rubber like pads here which hide the screws. So they're one thing to get off, and you can just use your nail to get them out. And underneath there's our crosshead screw. So we've got two there, and then at the back there's going to be two in there, which is a bit different to previous models. So I'm going to pop these off, and super easy because you just need nails for that. I say it's super easy, but if you haven't got nails then that's a bit more difficult, but there we go. Out it comes. Right, so let's get these rear screws out. You can see the charging port there as well, so a bit different to some of the models. There's the charge end. It's a bit like a figure of 8. Right, so once that's there, we've got those two out. We can pop this off. Yes. Oh, there we go. So this is just like a decorative cap. And then once you've got that off, you can get these out. They were quite tight. Are they going to be the same size? They are. Nice to see that. Right, so there we go, there's our screws. And then this should come off. Might be some clips somewhere. Oh, that was interesting. That just turned on there, didn't it? How weird is that? I'm not sure how that's working, but it is. Right, are you going to come off easily? I mean, I'm not touching the button, but must be doing something there where it's triggering that. Right, okay. Do I need a spudger to get in? Don't see any other screws. I mean, it's definitely loose here, look. That is really weird that's doing that. Must be doing something with the switch, I guess. Right, let's get this in. Does it have any clips? That's really weird, that's doing that. There we go. Yeah, so I had to put a spudger in there and crack that off. It was a bit brutal, and yeah, it's definitely one of those ones where it hasn't come out as nicely as I would have wanted. So there's going to be another clip at the end here, I guess. There we go, look. So there's a clip there, quite a large one here in the middle. So yeah, one there, one right at the top here. So not very nice to open. There we go. And off comes the top. So there's our button. And this is really all there is inside. There's our motor, fairly standard circuit board. And there's our lithium ion battery. So yeah, it says lithium ion, rechargeable. It's like one of those AA size, which is the same as you get in the Philips Sonicare toothbrushes. Looks like it's got a little temperature sensor there in case it gets too hot for charging or when it's in run. Yeah, looks, what's that? LR14500, is it? Is that 3.8 volts? So yeah, the switch basically just is like a little sweeper that just sweeps across there to join the contacts. So it's fairly standard. Yeah, so that's what's inside. So it's a nice and neat little design. Replacing the battery, which you probably wouldn't have to do because lithium is just, they last so well. You would need to get this circuit board out of the way, and again it is kind of stamp welded in there, so you'd need to remove that from both ends. There's no screws on the board here. So that's held in place by what? These pegs? Yeah, there's some grips here, look. If you release them, and yeah, it's kind of held in here as well, you see. So there we go, there's a bit more of the battery. So yeah, once you've done that, it all kind of comes out, look. Oh, I see, that's like a little axle there, look. And there's our battery. Does it say the brand? It doesn't. Made in Japan though, that's nice to see. But yeah, that's the battery. There's a little motor, and that just hooks into that piece at the top here and wiggles it left and right. So that technology hasn't changed for ages, has it? There we go, that's come out. Oh, so there's the contacts for going into the charging port. So they just drop in place there. So that's quite nice, and that really is the whole guts of the machine. Yeah, I'm surprised there's not a brand on that battery. Something else stuck on there, look. So temperature there, and that might be some other type of sensing device. 1A, 1F1. And a kind of foam block at the back here. Probably just to keep it from rattling about. Yeah, there we go, that's all there is to it. Bit of tape on the motor just to kind of stop it from rattling. quite basic. That's it, and then there's our case. So yeah, that's really it, and that's what you pay your money for. Oh, there's a spring popped out here. That's that one that goes in there, I believe. There we go. That goes in there. So make sure you keep that one in. That is it. And when you push back in, that goes in there. Stick that in. That goes down. Make sure you don't catch any wires. Just make sure those contacts go back in. They just slot over there and then click back into place. Make sure they're in. So you may need to just push them in first. Make sure they're fully engaged. There we go, that's it. Push that back in. That clips in quite nicely. That's the only bit that's clipped in. Make sure the wire isn't trapped. That's how it looks. And those bits obviously there. They're just the two pins. And that is it. So that's the inside of that Babyliss for Men Japanese Steel Precision Beard Stubble Trimmer. Quite nice. Then push this back on. Push it into place, and that's it. Once you've done that, get your cap back on and then put all the screws back in. Don't forget your rubber plugs. Stick them in. They actually go in a particular way, so they angle out. So that one was wrong. Let's just try that one again. So there we go. There's a kind of a angle on there. Look, get that right in. Perfect. There we go. And then this one, which is it looks like it would go that way, but it's actually backwards. And there we go. And there we go, that's it. So that's that one there. So that's a quick opening of that stubble trimmer by Babyliss. Thanks.